Sorry. So, hi again, and welcome to Unicorn Battle, HealthTech, and BioTech. My name is Elena Yevtushenko. I'm head of Unicorn Battle Asia. Also, let me introduce my colleague, Anna Fedorova. Anna is the CEO of Unicorn.Events. Anna, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Lena. And as always, I'm so glad to be here online with the whole world because we are here for the important cause. We will be discovering new unicorns, and dear judges, dear audience, I am sure you will pick up some great guys who will be pitching today because many of them, I hope all of them, are future unicorns because you are at the world's largest startup pitch contest, Unicorn.Events. This season, we are doing industry-focused battles. Everything you like, extraordinary innovations in AI, health tech, robotics, e-commerce, and some other industries. And today we are here for the health tech and biotech unicorn battle. And our great official judges and expert board and business angels and corps will be evaluating startups' investment potential. And at the end, we will have the winner announced. We are live and broadcasting to the whole world. So please share the links you see in chat with your community so everyone will be seeing what you're doing online. Our events are happening thanks to our sponsors. We would like to say thank you very much to our platinum sponsor, Network VC, the management company of our global ecosystem and main center of our venture activities. And you can explore amazing opportunity to become a partner at our venture fund. Please scan this QR code for the details. And dear judges, dear VCs, please remember, if you are doing a deal, if you had discovered wonderful startup, please give us a call, send us an email, whatever, because we would like to join it too. We would like to thank our golden sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, and accredited investors. This message is for you if you want to invest into the startup that win our unicorn battles together with other VCs and business angels. Scan this QR code or go to our event page and join us to participate in the great deals. And thanks our silver sponsors, Startup Inc., an investor onboarding and management platform to get an access to the exclusive deals worldwide. We are scanning the whole planet to bring you extraordinary innovations from all over the world. And only the best ones make it to the unicorn battles because we get enormous number of the applications and our analytics are doing great jobs choosing the best out of the best. But the winners of the unicorn battles will be meeting on December 1st. Mark this date in the calendar for the Unicorn Cup. This is the world finals when the winners from all our unicorn battles meet once in a season. And this season's finals will be December 1st. And I'm looking forward to seeing every one of you there. We are Unicorn.Events. We are open competition where successful startups pitch for private investors, corporations, and venture funds. We are the world's largest startup pitch competition by geography and the number of the events held. We shed a light on the best startups since 2009 and do our events on a regular basis all over the world, online and offline. Join us to see the best solutions and meet great personalities. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and LinkedIn so you will never miss any deals in case you are not able to join us personally. We are proud to be leading a great community of prominent startups, top VCs, business angels, and we don't stand in the middle. And just love when investors get wonderful deals right here. That is why our numbers are so impressive. We only ask you to remember about us and shoot our venture fund a note for it's most likely to join a deal too. Sign up to our LinkedIn and YouTube community. As I said, this is really a good advice, please believe me. One of our unfair advantages is a great network of our partners that do unicorn pitches with us. That is state, country, or city pitch events for local startups that give them better chances to meet VCs from all over the world. If you are leading a startup community and we haven't been introduced yet, please contact me directly and we will do some business together. It's really, really great fun meeting those wonderful startups, and winners of unicorn pitches participate in our unicorn battles. So you see, it's multi-level competition. That's how it works. So I'm really encouraging you to join our partners network that last year reached 1 million users. So welcome once again to the HealthTech and BioTech Unicorn Battle, and let's see what great discoveries are waiting for us right now. And Lena, our wonderful host, Lena Yevtushenko, who is head of Unicorn Battles Asia and doing great job discovering really cool startups. She will be our host for today, and she knows everything about it. Right, Lena?
Absolutely, Anna. Thank you very much. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to present you our partners and give them many thanks for the support of our event. We appreciate the following partners as Silicon Valley in your pocket, Reciprocity Roy, GHV Accelerator, the accelerator with Michelle Conniff, StartX, Asia, Martech, Society, DevX, and ITK. Please feel free to contact me directly if you have a desire to join us as a partner for the next battle. So let's get to know our judges who will evaluate our startups today. And firstly, we greet our official judges. Anna, be so kind, please, as to introduce them.
My pleasure, Lena. We have a multi-layer voting system. Official judges vote as a separate group. Then we have expert board, business angels, and corps, representatives of corporations. Official judges represent not only the venture fund, but also community they lead, country community, region community, playing an important role in startup and VC ecosystem. And I would like to start with presenting our wonderful Alexander Soroka, who is managing partner at Network VC, that is head of our global ecosystem. And Alexander is looking forward to seeing startups today because biotech is his favorite subject. Am I right, Alexander?
Yeah, one of the favorites. Hello, everybody. And I'm really glad to be here today because I really like biotech. And we already exited from biotech startup in the past, just 1 year ago. And I believe that a lot of unicorns will appear in this industry in the near future. So it's just a pity you need to wait for a long time to just make an exit or when the startup can have some revenue. But nevertheless, I like this topic very much. Talking about our fund, we are industry agnostic, we are geographically agnostic, but we usually invest in late seed round A stages. Our check are from several hundreds to 1 million. And so that's all about us.
Great, Alexander. Very, very good to have you today. And please welcome great friend of ours, wonderful woman in also that loves HealthTech and BioTech so much. She decided to quit all this she was doing and concentrate specifically on this HealthTech and leading a wonderful accelerator. Dr. Ella Lee, she's CEO at Shanghai Biolabs and founder of M7 Healthcare Accelerator. Did I get it all right, Ella?
Yes. Oh, can you see me?
No, you have ways to disappear. Please appear. Oh, yes. Now we do.
Yes, great. Hello, everyone. So great to see Anna and also Alexandra. So it's a really pleasure to be here. My name is Ella Lee. I'm CEO of Hanhai Biolabs, leading its globalization in healthcare and also life science investment. I'm also the founder of M7 Healthcare Accelerator, providing acceleration, investment, and also other resources to the healthcare startup companies. Our current cohort, actually, we're in the third week of the current cohort, and we have 11 cohort companies starting from C round to B round. Myself is a scientist turned venture capitalist, and I have more than 15 years experience in biotech research. I have special interest in investment in therapeutic investment opportunities from drug discovery to commercialization stage. Also look at the deal in digital and also device space. It's really a pleasure to be here.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for joining. And please welcome our friend from Japan, John Kohiro Mariwaka, who is director of startup Grind Fukuoka, founder and CEO of Silicon Valley Ventures. John, I know it's very late in Japan. So glad you could make it.
Thank you, Anna, for inviting me. Good to see Lina and Alexander and everyone. Hope your families, friends stay safe, healthy, and happy. So it's 1 a.m. in Japan. Just back in my hotel in Nagoya from the finishing the big parties after demo day of 500 Global in Nagoya. So I'm actually, my family business is selling medical devices for last 50 years. And I personally invest in the life science startups in Silicon Valley, and now venture partner of R3 Ventures in Luxembourg, and now director of startup Grind Nagoya and Fukuoka, and advisor of a few venture capitals. So best luck to everyone, and please keep me awake and show me your excitement, energy, and show us love for HealthTech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Yes, be sure you will be awake because I took a little peek into the startups and they are just amazing. So more to come. But before that, please welcome Daniel Teo directly from Palo Alto, California. He's managing partner at Honeywell Lake Ventures. Hello, Daniel.
Hi, thank you, Anna, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel Teo. I'm a managing partner for Honeywell Lake Ventures. We are a Palo Alto-based medtech VC fund, and we focus particularly in the area of surgical innovations. So these are technologies that help our physicians see, treat, and heal better. We're really passionate about surgery and also in surgical robotics. And about a year ago, we co-authored a 100-page industry report on surgical robotic together with Alira Healthcare. And that report is available on the internet. So I would encourage everyone who has an interest in this area to take a look at it and look it up. Right now, we have a lot of exciting companies that we've invested in. Two of the more interesting ones include a company that makes a totally artificial heart as a replacement for a human heart in biventricular failure, as well as a new company called HealthTech that has developed a safer, faster, and more economical way of introducing feeding tubes into patients. So look forward to meeting everyone and investing in more startups here. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful, Daniel. One quick question. What's your sweet spot?
We are a Series A, B investor. But under special circumstances, we may look at seed investments as well.
Okay, wonderful. Welcome on board. I hope you enjoy our event. And please welcome a wonderful woman from distant Canada, Kelly Luo. She is founding investor at Mans International. As always, glad to see you, Kelly.
Hi, Anna. Thank you so much, Alex and Lena and Anna, for inviting me. Nice to see you all here again. Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Luo. I'm the founder and investor of Mans International, based in Toronto, Canada. We're interested in the B2B technology companies with AI, IoT, advanced materials, and robotic solutions in the medical, smart living, and manufacturing sectors. Our average check size is up to $1 million. Good luck to all the participants. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Kelly, for coming. And welcome Nurul Hai from wonderful Bangladesh. He's Vice President at CAAF. Hello, Nurul.
Hi Anna. Hi everyone. It's good to meet you all of you again. So I work for SEED. It's a global impact investment firm. We are mainly operating in the emerging markets, like in the Caribbean, in Asia, and in Middle East and North Africa. So pretty good footprint over the world. And basically we are sector agnostic. So we cover from health to any kind of sector that are interesting for impact. And my best wishes to all the participants and entrepreneurs. Let's hope for the best. Thanks.
Absolutely agree with you, Nurul. And please welcome our partner from India, wonderful Subrata Patra, who is managing partner at Idea Capital Ventures. Subrata, I know it's also late in India. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, it's 9:45 in the evening. So thank you for having me, Anna. So my name is Subrata Patra, as introduced, managing partner at Idea Capital Ventures. We are a VC firm based out of Bangalore, India. Our sweet spot is up to $5 million. We are primarily focused on 4 sectors. Health tech is one of them. Health tech, metaverse, climate tech, and industrial automation. So 80% of the deals that we source are from these 4 sectors, and the remaining 20% are basically from other sectors, barring a few sectors where we don't understand something or we believe it's not good for us. So all the best to all the pitching startups. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Subrata. And welcome Aldo Chenoni from wonderful country of Peru. Aldo is the founder and CEO of Palgo Peru. Hello, Aldo.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me, Anna, Lena, Alexander. Nice to see you, and I'm very excited to watch your pitches. Palgo, here we are supporting startups in early stage and seed stage in Peru, but always looking forward to support any of the startups, industry agnostic, to incorporate in my region, South America, and mainly in Peru. Even though my flag looks like Kelly's flag, but we have some differences. And also, I want to say something about you, because you are helping all the founders of startups to be more creative, because when a person leads a healthy lifestyle, the body remains healthy and the mind is active and fresh to be the best startup in the world. Good luck to all of you.
Agree with you, Aldo. Welcome. Great to have you with us today. But besides official judges, we have also expert board. Lena, back to you. Please introduce.
Absolutely, Lena. Thank you. Yeah, before we'll start the pitch competition, please greet our honored judges, expert board, who volunteered their valuable time to our event today. Dear judges, please introduce yourselves and firms you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out the industry, check size, state, and geographical location of startups you invest in. So please, who would like to be the first one, please raise your hand. Click the button, raise hand, and Gary.
Great to be here, and great to see some familiar faces and great friends, actually. So my name is Gary Fowler. I'm a serial entrepreneur and investor. Been involved in 17 startups and several unicorns. Was on the original management team at Click Software, sold to Salesforce for $1.35 billion. We believe at GSD, my company GSD, which is Get You Done Venture Studios. We're an AI and quantum venture studio located in Palo Alto, California. We believe that intellectual capacity is evenly spread, but opportunities aren't. We have 121 companies in our portfolio today, and they go from investment size of 0 to one of our companies just raised $30 million. We have a hyper accelerator. We've got advisory services and also a venture studio. And I just love being here, and great being with our Ukrainian, great, amazing friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gary. Welcome. Anybody else? So, the judges, please raise your hand. Yes, please. So, come on, please. Yeah, Alex. You're muted, probably.
There you go. Hi, this is Alex Gimici. I'm with Greenstone Equity Partners. We're based in Dubai. We are advisors to investors from the Middle East, primarily GCC. We work with them on all types of investments, fund investments, as well as direct investments into venture capital, biotech, etc. Looking forward to hearing the pitches from the founders.
Thank you very much, Amit.
Hi, I'm Amit Bakliwal. I'm based out of Mumbai, 25 years in pharmaceutical and healthcare. Done 2 or 3 exits in the startup areas, so familiar with the startups, as well as worked in big data technology companies, including clinical research across entire Asia Pacific. Very excited to be here and learn from some of the new ventures. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much and welcome. So, Sudhir.
Thank you, Lena. This is Sudhir Kadam, venture partner at Faida Growth Partners based in the Silicon Valley. Our portfolio comprises of B2B frontier tech startups in AI and NLP, AR, VR, computer vision, IoT, and robotics. We are not specifically health tech or med tech focused, but we do consider companies that use deep tech to bring curative and diagnostic solutions like neuromodulation or cardiac monitoring.
Thank you very much.
Best. Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else, guys? Yes, please. So it means that we need to continue. And so let me explain you how we will vote today. Some details about voting system. So now every participant of our event is able to play a great role in the destiny of the startups that are pitching today. So we have 4 categories of votes, and every category's votes will be counted separately. But the ultimate winner can be only one. To vote, please make sure that you are on the event page currently. Log in under your profile and see the numbers beneath startups. 1 is the lowest score and 5 is the highest. Should you need any help, please contact our support team right here in chat in Zoom. Okay, and today we have 10 startups. Each founder will have 3 minutes for pitching and 3 minutes for Q&A session. We recommended not to mention any fundraising out loud because we are broadcasting all over the world and some countries have restrictions in this regard. Please use chat or other channels of communication for this particular reason. Thank you. So based on the results of judges' online voting, one startup will be chosen as a winner of Unicorn Battle HealthTech. Please welcome our first startup. It's the winner of Unicorn Pitch Luxembourg. And it's VoiceMed. Ariana, are you ready?
Hello, nice to
Hello.
meet you. I
Nice
hope
to
you
meet
can
you
hear me
too.
well. Good morning, good afternoon to all day during different parts of the world. So let me know when I can start and I will start my presentation. Okay, so nice to meet you. My name is Elena Rienzo. I'm the CEO of VoiceMed, and we monitor respiratory health using voice. So we are in the digital health deep tech space. And the good thing about voice is that voice is the new dimension of data. Imagine for a second how many voice recordings we are producing day by day. How about we could give a value to the voice recording instead of just producing it and not using it? You know, voice is the sounds of the vocal apparatus is actually the main interaction between the lungs, the heart, and the brain. So the main human organs. And vocal biomarkers analyze the sublet changes of these sounds to actually monitor diseases. We decided to bring vocal biomarkers into the market in less time than our competitors, thanks to our amazing data strategy. We decided to solve the problem that have 30 million of people in Europe that are people that suffer from asthma. They have these chronic diseases and 70% of them cannot manage the disease accurately and is not adherent. So what happened is that if they don't manage their disease accurately, then they increase the respiratory attacks and they increase, unfortunately, also the deaths. Just to give a number, 2/3 of the deaths coming from this attack could be preventable with a better self-management. That's why it comes VoiceMed with our new product, AirLean. AirLean is a self-management app for people with asthma that can enable them to improve their asthma thanks to our validated breathing exercises. And then within our technology, that is an AI algorithm that is connected with this app, we can listen to their breathing recording and then give a score on their health. So unlike other competitors that focus mainly on the interaction between doctor and patients, or that like the big flow meter or the digital spirometry that require additional hardware that is hard to carry and people forget, we actually are hardware free. We work with the smartphone. We provide improvement of their lives and also personalized health information that in this world is everything you need in order to manage your disease accurately. So this has tremendous benefit for these people, including reducing asthma symptoms, improving quality of life of more than 25%, decrease one of the medicine that they take, that is the reliever. And from the healthcare system, we managed to reduce the unscheduled healthcare visit, like the one in the ER. So our business model is very simple. We put the patient at the center, offering a freemium business monthly subscription app. And then after we get a lot of users, then we'll explore the private insurances and reimbursement, especially in the UK and Germany, which is our market entry. So we have been running clinical studies in Italy, in Luxembourg, and now we are starting next year also in UK and Germany. We have a certification pending and a patent pending, and we reach many achievements. But the most important thing is our team. It's a superstar team. There are genius in science, in engineering part, in business. So we are ready to bring this medical device software into the market, exploring the point of vocal biomarkers, and with the vision of empowering everyone in the world, like we all come from different countries, to be able to finally know their well-being. So if you have asthma and you want to subscribe to receive your app, so please
Thank you very much, Ariana.
Thank you so much.
Great pitch. So, dear judges, any questions? Alex?
Hi, I have a couple of quick questions. Can you tell me about the company as far as, are you pre-revenue, pre-profit, post-profit, kind of where you stand?
Thanks, Alex, for your questions. So we are pre-revenues. We are launching our product in 2 months, actually. So it's very exciting. Our product is right here on the beta testing of my app. So we are now testing it to find the perfect product market fit and then launch it in the market. We are a Luxembourg-based company.
And the clinical studies, which is going to be critical, do you have any results yet?
Not for the asthma. We have results for the COVID-19, which is our first application, but we still use that data to train the new model because a lot of people that participate in our COVID-19 trial also have asthma. And now the next trial that we will we will start in next year, in about March of next year, will help us to compare the spirometry result and the metacolin test within the breath score that we do. So the current stage, we give an analysis on the exercise they do. So we tell them, for example, if the exhalation is good enough for them or not. So that's what we do. And then next step will be to help them to predict an asthma attack by comparing it, especially with the metacolin test. So this will run over the 2023.
Thank you very much. Ella, your question, please.
Yes, can you quickly talk about your team and also is there any other players? I know you mentioned about the country you are targeting at, but who's your largest competitor over there?
Thanks, Ella. So our team is composed by sound engineering, so a biomedical engineer that is expert in voice analysis, breath analysis, sound analysis. He's also a voice actor, by the way. Then there is the clinical team that works together with the engineering and the pulmonologist doctors in order to actually refine and tune the machine learning model. And then we have the product people. So we have a product owner, backend, and front end. Especially the backend is like a genius in product app development using agile way of operating. And then we have the business and marketing team. So we have more than 39 of experience, combined experience in product, more than 15 years of experience in research and scientific research, and same for business and marketing. So we combine all the different parts. We are now 7 people full-time and 3 people part-time. About our competitors, there are different competitors that I show in the slide in the asthma field. So like different apps that try to solve like the problem of self-management, but without giving personalized information. Then there is one competitor in Australia, ResUp is called, who is doing like sound analysis of breathing. It more used for COPD patients, so not for asthmatic patients. And this year actually was acquired by Pfizer.
Thank you very much. And maybe last quick question from Daniel.
Yes, very quickly. How many parameters are you tracking in your learning model, in your AI model?
Yeah, we are now tracking 30 different parameters. And the more we receive data, the more we try to understand whether to improve or not improve.
And a quick one, what's the size of your data set at the moment?
So currently we have our own property dataset from the previous trial of 2,000 people, 1,000 people, more or less 3 voice recording for each person, so 3,000 samples in total. In addition to that, we also have access to a public source dataset. And also we have access to our internal data acquisition campaign, because many of our team have asthma. That's also why we decided to tackle these diseases. And then, so we run a different also internal campaign in order to combine the data from the study.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So the next team is winners of Unicorn Beach, Arizona, Sense Neurodiagnostic. Anita, are you ready? Full screen, please, and let's start.
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Something else popped in there, full screen. Okay, hopefully we're sharing and hopefully the screen will move. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Klass. I'm the CEO of Sense Neurodiagnostics. We have technology to detect, measure, and monitor neurological disorder of the brain, and we do so in real time, non-invasively. The first focus of our technology is for stroke and traumatic brain injury patients. For them, there is no objective way to triage them in the field or in the ER, nor to monitor their condition when they're in the neuro ICU. This results in delays that cause permanent disability and even death. The opportunity is massive. Worldwide, 15 million stroke a year and 50 million traumatic brain injuries each year. So our solution is non-invasive brain scanning to triage and to monitor these patients. It works simply like this. In the headsets that we use, there's 9 antennae that send low power radio frequency through the brain.
I don't think I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't think the pages are changing.
They're not changing again. Hold on. Always the problem with Zoom. Thank you for telling me.
No problem.
Please try again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
There we go. This looks like a, yeah.
There we go. Okay. So anyway, in our headsets, there's 9 antennae in these headsets that transmit low power radio frequency through the brain. Normal brain tissue gives off a very specific signal. Ischemic tissue, where there is no blood, gives a different signal. And then bleeding gives off a third signal. In 2.5 seconds, we get 360 data points of the entire cranial vault. And from that, our algorithms will tell us exactly what's going on inside that patient's brain immediately. Now we're developing 3 devices. These all use the exact same technology. Form here is only for function. The first device is in clinical trial right now. That's for monitoring those patients in the ICU susceptible to an expanded brain bleed. The second device is used to triage patients in the field and in the emergency room. And finally, the military application, both triage as warfighters in the field, and then we'll monitor their condition until they reach a field hospital. Competitively, most everybody is out there trying to create an ambulance device. We're the only company that's doing it for both the ICU, the ER, the ambulance, that's able to determine stroke by subtype and able to handle continuous movement. Where we stand right now, the in-hospital monitoring device is in clinical trial right now for FDA approval. We target submitting in December of 23 and then launching in April of 24. The triage device we will be launching shortly, and we are targeting an FDA submission in June of 23 and then launching in January of 24 with that device. And then finally, with the military, we're in our first contract with them. We'll be moving into our second contract in February of 23. We've already produced our prototype for them. We do have a very strong strategic relationship with the Mayo Clinic. We're part of their accelerator program. We have actually 4 co-development projects going on with them across our continuum of devices. We'll enter first in the ER and the ambulance market, a $2 billion dollar market here in the US. And then we'll move into the ICU market. We're talking to many of the medical device companies already. They're very interested in the product that we have. And we will be launching 3 devices in 3 years. The beauty of our device, it truly is a platform technology. And after that, we'll go into oncology, all neurodegenerative, and we have a patent for sudden cardiac arrest. So thank you for your time and any questions that you may have.
Thank you very much for great speech.
Hi, Jeff. This is Alex. A couple of very quick questions. What proof of concept, what studies, results do you have that the devices work as promised?
Yeah, we have done 3. Well, we did 2 first in human trials, 1 for monitoring and then for stroke differentiation. And in the current trial that we have ongoing, which is going on now in the US, Canada, and India, that's for the monitoring device. We have enrolled close to 150 patients in that trial. And then in the military work that we're doing, we have enrolled, I think we're up to about 45 patients in that trial. And for that, we look for bleed, no bleed in the patient's brain. So, and the device has performed remarkably well all the way through. The results have been great. And if you want to catch up later, we can take you through all that.
And one more question. So let's say at an accident site, the device predicts something being wrong. What can be done now that the EMs have the information? Is there anything they can do that's meaningful?
Yeah, that's really geographically defined. You know, in some countries such as France, you have a doctor. And if it's a small ischemic that they could give them TPA, they can do that right away. But most importantly, it's going to tell them exactly where to take that patient, whether it's the closest hospital or you need to take them to a trauma center or to a comprehensive stroke center. So you save all of that time. Right now, they take them to the closest hospital. That causes 5 hours of delay to treatment. So we're eliminating those 5 hours of delay.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you
very much. Nurul, your question, please.
Yeah, hi. So thanks, looks amazing products. I wanted to know about your growth strategy, particularly across your different types of products. So just briefly, thanks.
I'm sorry, that came through rather garbled. Did Lena?
The growth strategy for the maybe next couple of years.
Oh, the growth strategy for the device?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So when we get FDA approval, we will be launching the in-hospital monitoring device both in the US, Canada, and India. In India, we already have contract manufacturing and distribution markets set up. We do have one group which is setting up our entire rest of world distribution process. So we're already talking to distributors in many countries across the globe. Here in the US, we're going to start out with the triage device. We'll start out with ambulance companies. We have an association with AMR, which is the largest ambulance company here in the US, and then also with the large hospital systems and those that are in our trial. We will support US sales again with a contract sales force distributors to help us with that.
Thank you very much. Last quick question from Ella.
Yes, so I know you're still just starting all this pilot study, but according to your preliminary data, how is this efficacy compared to the golden standard of the treatment?
Yeah, so the gold standard right now that we compare to is CT. So we have compared very accurately to CT results. We don't look to replace CT. We feel that we're complementary to CT. Right now, I mean, you can't have a CT in the ICU. You know, you can't have a CT and, you know, sitting there in an ER waiting room or in an ambulance. But we are able to validate our results to CT, and it's been very accurate.
Thank you very much. Time is over. So the next team is winners.
Lena, sorry, can I
Yes,
interrupt you? I just saw that Arkady Kulik was the first who raised his hand. So just give.
It's okay. I can skip this time, Alexander. We can move on. I had a couple of questions about technology and the team mostly, but they were covered by responses to Ella's question.
Okay.
So let's move on to the next one. I'll be proactively raising my hand in future.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's continue. Sorry again. So the next Taproot, Scarlett. Taproot is winners of Unicorn Pitch Arizona. Scarlett.
Hi, can you hear me?
Okay, full screen, please, and let's start.
Yes. Very good.
Wonderful.
Hi,
Good luck.
Hi, thank you, everyone. Every 3 seconds, someone in the world is diagnosed with dementia. And if dementia were a country, it would be the 4th largest economy, basically the size of Spain. And I suspect many of you on this call have your own personal story with regards to dementia. And if you do, then you know what it means to be a caregiver, and you know how difficult that it is to find caregivers. But imagine if you could make it better. I'm Scarlett Spring, CEO and founder of Taproot Interventions and Solutions, and we make it better. 90% of individuals who have dementia display what is referred to as dementia-related behaviors. This is the exit seeking, it's aggression, refusing showers. These high-risk behaviors are the #1 reason for caregiver burnout, for resident loss, and for the long-term care communities that they stay in, for some of the lawsuits that they incur. And there's real consequences here in the United States for the 70% turnover and the 4,200 vacancies that are in the caregiver area. What we really need is a scalable AI solution. And our answer is Ella. Ella elevates the caregiver. It's a digital application that reduces the dementia-related behaviors for senior living communities. We're a SaaS model and with a B2B effort. There is a mobile application for the caregiver that sits on their phone, and then the desktop sits at the nurse's station, and that's where all the analytics sit. Our customers are actually paying us to load and to curate the database and train the analytics. We launched in January, and in September, we have 28,000 monthly recurring revenue. We're growing about 100% a quarter. All of our beta clients are with us and have continued to expand. And the reason that this is happening is because we're taking something that everyone has, a cell phone, and we're turning that phone into a dementia expert. It's like having a dementia consultant on speed dial. In addition, we do have a second revenue stream because today long-term care communities are paying us out of their pocket. But we now have this revenue stream of being able to be reimbursed with evaluation management codes because psych providers, the nurse practitioners that write the psychotropic medications, will be reimbursing us. How does it work? Well, the family members upload all of the personal information. Did you have a broken collarbone? These are things that aren't listed in the EMR, but what we do is we connect to the EHR or EMR so that we know what kind of medications or if indeed that diagnosis is there, because frontal temporal dementia presents differently than vascular. Therefore, if a caregiver sees that a resident is displaying a behavior, 2 to 4 suggested interventions are presented to be able to de-escalate that moment. And these are tailored interventions. Over time, when that caregiver tells us, did it work, did it not work, Ella continues to get smarter. We are patent pending, and prediction leads to prevention. The unprecedented data that we're collecting is going to be so important for the future of robotics, for automation to care for our aging population moving forward. This is our team. We have 5 exit, 1 IPO, 30 units experience between us. Linda Buscemi has been training this database using these approaches for over 12 years, and we have recruited a series of national experts to help us curate this database. Today, we charge a monthly recurring fee of $29 per resident per month if you're in a long-term care community, and $49 per resident per month if it is a nurse practitioner. We're HIPAA compliant. We require no FDA approval, just oversight today. And our go-to-market strategy are senior care communities. We have targeted the United States. Southwest is where we're mostly, but we are deployed in Florida, Pennsylvania, as well as Arizona, and focused on California. We are looking at communities that have proven tech adoption, and we have partnered with the AI companies that put cameras in rooms that monitor fall risk, because we do see those as strategic partners. Today, we've had a very strong organic growth, and we're closing about 75 to 80% of our clients. But in the future, we do think that's about a 10% rate of closure. 2 important things: the physician group that we're signing up is about a $500,000 annual recurring revenue, and we are deployed in a top 10 senior living community in 3 of 172 of their communities, which is a $6 million at full deployment opportunity. So we're very excited about the partnerships that we have.
I'm sorry, Scarlett, the time is over. So
that's great.
Let's continue in questions. So dear judges, any questions from your side? Okay, Alex?
Hi, Scarlett. I'm sorry for the rush presentation. I don't know how you do it in 3 minutes. Couple of quick questions. I saw something on the slides about reimbursement rates. How
Yes.
is Medicare, how reimbursable is this?
Thank you. Yes, these are reimbursement codes that are already existing. They're evaluation and management codes. And because Ella is providing the data that the psych providers actually use to be able, as you know, none of these individuals are actually seeing the resident. They're looking at notes. And by being able to have even better notes from the caregivers, they're able to actually decrease and appropriately use the psychotropic meds. One of the big things that CMS is really trying to drive is a reduction in psychotropic meds. We, in our early data, showed a 13% reduction in psychotropics.
But wait, my question is, the subscription fees paid to you guys, is that reimbursable to the payers by Medicare?
Thank you. I'll clarify. If it is a long-term care community, it is actually coming out of their per-day rate that they are getting either from an insurance company or from Medicare. If it is a psych provider group, yes, they are able to bill, because you do need to be a physician to utilize the evaluation and management codes.
So this would be perfect for psych provider groups, because it just becomes, it's free to customer, which is a very good
correct.
business model, right?
That is correct.
You should see massive adoption from that sector.
That is who we are targeting. We first have been grooving out our product market fit because we needed to make sure of caregiver adoption. But absolutely, that's why we're very excited about this first provider group to come on board.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Subrata, your question, please.
Yeah, hi, thanks, Lena. Good presentation. I just wanted to understand a little bit about your financials. What's your revenue like, and what's your margins?
Yeah, we have about 75%, 80% margins. To be honest, we've had total organic marketing, so our CAC is really low. I don't even show it this year, but we will be putting together a digital strategy as well as a co-promotional effort. Our revenues this year, we're going to come in total revenues around 425 to 450,000, and then we'll have a 3x growth, 1.2 to 1.4 for 2023. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Last quick question from Daniel.
Follow on from the last question, what sort of resources do you need on the ground? What sort of boots on the ground are you going to need to achieve these revenue numbers, though?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, we're able to, not because this is a cloud-based platform, not only are we able to train via Zoom, launch via Zoom, we lob in monthly calls so that we can discuss the analytics in each one of those communities. Now, of course, in the Southwest, we do occasionally try to get in, and we will be leveraging a sales team from one of the AI companies that are in the full monitoring space. But really, we can deploy Ella via Zoom virtually.
Okay, one more question. You alluded to some interface with EMRs earlier. Which specific EMRs have you managed to interface with?
Point-click care is the most widely used in the United States in long-term care communities. Our second one now is Care Predict, and our third one is Alice. So what we're really doing is for the communities that we're in, we're really targeting, and that's been our priority.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's continue in chat if any other questions you have. So next team is Nova Access BioTech. Jonathan?
Yes.
Your 3 minutes starts right now.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan, the COO and co-founder of Nova Access BioTech. We're a smart medical device company on a mission to advancing the delivery of innovative therapeutics. So the problem we're solving here is associated with medication self-injection into 3 parts. First, patients are afraid of needles, and needles could cause pain and skin irritation. Second, managing the remote treatment is very complicated and stressful for non-healthcare professionals like us. Third, there's no treatment monitoring platform right now for remote injections. After the providers prescribe the medication to the patient, they never know the patient are overdosing, underdosing, or injection or not. So that's why we invented our patent pending technology, a smart needle-free drug delivery platform that allows patients to self-administer medications subcutaneously or intramuscularly without a needle and within 0.3 seconds and track long-term treatment progress. We really are a patient-centric focused company, and we implemented several technologies like vertical alignment technology, automatic loading technology, dosage verification technology to make the self-injections as easy as making morning espressos from the coffee machine. After each injection, we'll track the injection data, including dosage value, injection time, injection frequency, and to have a patient app there to remind the treatment for the patient to improve the overall adherence. So we're a needle-free technology, it's a diffuse absorption. We have seen a bioavailability enhancement, and we could eliminate all the hard knots caused by needles on the skin. Our core business model is a B2B2C device sale. We could not only sell the device to the patients, but also having a recurring revenue from the disposables and software usage. Our initial market in the US is the infertility, in vitro fertilization market, and we already received commitment from Restricted, a 3 million IVF community in the US to distribute our products to the consumers and also the clinics. And because we're a medical device, it's a long way to get 510K clearance, but we could make revenue, already revenue starting this December by implementing our software solution into IVF clinics. We have signed 9 letters of intent, including Jinshin Fraternity, a public company. They own 10% of IVF clinics worldwide. We're going to have our first IRB clinical study at UIC Infertility Center next spring, and to launch our product in 2024, Q1. Another revenue stream of us is B2B licensing. We could license our technology to pharmaceutical companies to conduct a co-development with their new drug candidates. Our focus indication include chronic diseases, inflammatory diseases, and regenerative medicine. We have already signed material transfer agreement with Telix Smith, a Korean gene therapy company, a public company in Korea, and we're going to have our first animal study this December together. Nova Access is built by a group of inventors, scientists, entrepreneurs, and healthcare executives with an average of 12 years of industry experience and 4 successful startup exits. And currently, we're raising a $2 million round 1.1 million have been filled by institutional VCs and individual angel investors. The financing term is 14 million post-money saved. And on the left are all our current investors, including Baxter Healthcare, one of the largest medical device companies in the world. And thanks for your time. And please feel free to ask me any question you may have.
Thank you very much for great pitch. And we have, so any questions? Yeah, we have a question from Daniel.
Yes, I'm a little bit confused about where you are in terms of regulatory approval. What's the regulatory pathway, and are you being regulated as a device or as a drug or a combination?
That's a very good question. We're under Class 2 medical device 510(k) clearance, and currently we're doing safety and consistency tests to prepare for that 510(k) submission. But our software solution would be implemented into clinics first and generate already revenue before the hardware being cleared by the FDA.
Okay, next question from Alex.
On the technology, diffused absorption, is there anything in the market that's FDA approved that uses that methodology, that method?
Yes, there are a couple of needle-free technologies being approved by FDA, such as PharmaJet. They're targeting vaccine delivery, and they have shown actually their diffused absorption could, improve the efficacy of drug delivery. But for us, compared to other needle-free technology, we're not only replacing needles with needle-less solutions, but we are simplifying the whole self-injection process to make patient life much easier and to eliminate all the administration errors could happen during the injection.
I see.
Thank you very much. Ella?
Yeah, I have the same question. There are several needle-less injection company out there, and the PharmaJet is the largest one. I still don't quite understand, compared to that company, how could you simplify your process? Could you explain to me one more time?
Yes, so our technology could automatically join the medication from the vial for the patient and to expel the air left in the vial, in the cartridge, and also verify the dosage volume. Traditionally, those processes are done by patients themselves, but for us, it's an automatic process. We're simplifying that.
Okay, and also regarding the type or also size of the molecules that you're going to inject, how do you compare yourselves to, for instance, PharmaJet?
You mean the ability to deliver like large molecular, small molecular medications? Right. So far, we have tested it on several different types of medications. The only one we cannot do is living cells, such as stem cells. But for high viscosity medications, up to 60 CP plus, we could do it.
Okay, thank you very much for great pitch and questions. So next one is Storybook. Francisca?
Hello, everyone. Please let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, full screen, please, and let's start.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Francisco. I'm the co-founder of Storybook, the #1 parent-child wellness and sleep app. And I want to lead with a fact. Most mental and emotional health problems can be traced back to childhood. Now think about the current generation. According to scientists, the abuse of screen time or busy lives and the lack of physical affection have massively increased children's mental and emotional health problems, putting 2 out of 3 kids in risk. This was the case of Carla, the mom of 2 boys. Daniel, her eldest, was suffering from anxiety and trouble sleeping, just like other 800 million children. Lucky for them, she found Storybook, downloaded the app, created her account, and told us Daniel's anxiety and sleep problems. So we recommended audio stories for him to listen while mom followed the guidelines, just like this.
And touch the moon with their hands. Sarah climbed with short, slow steps, while she thought, will it taste like cheese?
And just like that, Daniel was able to sleep better because there was no screen time. The massage techniques increased the production of melatonin and oxytocin, but most importantly, his mom was right there, present, providing love and security, and that's something technology cannot replace. Storybook is the only app to combine relaxation techniques, bedtime stories, and music to help families bond, relax, and sleep better. Storybook is free to download, and we have a $49 yearly subscription plan. But there's also a correlation between parent sleep, children sleep, and productivity. That's why we offer Storybook as a bulk discount for HR departments. As per our latest study with with over 1,000 users, 79% of the parents told us that their kids are sleeping better, are sleeping up to 4 times faster, and 89% of them told us that they feel more connected with their kids. We've been the #1 app in 90 countries. We've been called the best for bedtime by Apple. We have over 2 million downloads, more than 5,000 5-star reviews, like this one from Jessie. We tried everything under the moon to get my 4-year-old to sleep. I am more relaxed, she is more relaxed, no more bedtime fights. Can't praise this app enough. Or this one from Oscar. This app has made my night so much more peaceful, also strengthened our father and son bond. We have sold over $1 million in subscriptions, and we are set to reach 7 million by 2023 and 100 million by 2026 by increasing our profitable paid social media campaigns, doubling down on organic acquisition, launching new B2B partnerships, and adding influencer marketing. We have fantastic investors like Jason Calacanis or Google for Startups, a fantastic advisory team who have been pioneering research and training in behavioral science, human touch, and sleep, and a tremendous and passionate founding team with experience in high growth tech companies. We are on track to do for infant well-being what Calm and Headspace did for adults. And these are our own kids sleeping.
Thank you very
much. Thank you so much. This is Storybook. My name is Francisco.
Thank you very much for being in time. So, Alexander?
Yes. Can you show this slide with your revenue again once more? So just.
Of course.
What's going on now?
Let me go back there. Somebody else is sharing the screen. I cannot share. But I can tell you my revenues.
Okay, yeah, last year and this year, your projection.
Last year, we sold $500,000. So far, we are close to 700,000, and we expect this year we will close a little north to 1.2 million for this year.
Okay.
We're on a 20% month over month average growth rate.
Okay, thank you
very much. Brother?
Yeah, thanks, Lina. So I just wanted to understand your valuation logic and how much is the valuation. And then the second question would be, what's your moat apart from the scale that you already achieved?
Yeah, I believe the valuation should be discussed internally. So I'm happy to talk about that. Internally, I don't know, Lena, if I'm allowed to say it. But as for the moat, just like Calm or Headspace, I think this is not a winner takes all market. There can be many big players in the space. You have Calm, you have Headspace, you have Brightline, you have many over the billions companies there. We are going for this niche, which is the parent-child space. And the defensibility there, it's the original content. We have over 100 original stories created by your team, the branding and the scale you can reach and how fast you can grow. So we are following the Calm playbook. We have similar investors, but that will be ultimately.
Okay, so let me paraphrase my question. Give me 15 seconds, please. So which stage of fundraising you are in Series A or Series B?
The goal will be to raise our Series A next year. We just raised a small seed. We could take more investors right now, as long as they are strategic. We could take more investors, but the plan is to raise the Series A next year. So this current stage would be a seed stage.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay, Ella?
What is your customer acquisition cost? What is your CAC? And also, can you quickly talk about the go-to-market strategy?
Of course. So our current cost per acquired subscriber, it's around $32. That's our average for the last 3 months. Our LTV right now, it's north of $70, depending on the country. So we currently have a 2-to-1 LTV CAC ratio. We expect that to grow for next year, although we're pushing for speed. And that leads me to our acquisition channels. Most of our acquisition, I just show you quickly on the slide, but most of our acquisition comes from paid acquisition, where we are profitable. We get more money than what we put right now into ads. which is a good thing, but we are developing other channels as well. Partnership is a fantastic channel for us with CPG brands or with companies, HR departments. That's another great channel for us, and organic growth. And there's other things that we are working on currently.
Thank you very much for great pitch. So guys, it was a creator of our pitch session and startup number 6, Lucky Tech. It's winner of Unicorn Pitch Brazil. Joel, the stage is yours.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's not passing the let me see here. What is happening here?
So we see your pitch deck, no problem.
My friend, sorry. It's passing?
Yeah, it's okay. You can start.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. My name is Joel, and I am previous executive of multinational companies. And after losing my son to cancer, I moved a little bit and did a HealthTech that is a startup with a great goal, that is to reduce the mortality rate of children undergoing cancer treatment. What we is not passing. Yes, sorry guys, it's not passing the. I'll try to do it like this. Okay, you are showing.
Yeah.
You are seeing.
Yeah.
The childhood cancer is from 0 to 19 years old, and in the world, gonna be 306,000 new cases per year. The average cost per child in the world is gonna be 6,000 per month each child. Sorry. The treatment itself causes low immunity. They call this neutropenia. The ideal time to react to any intercurrence is 2 hours, or the urgency going to increase rapidly and cause the death of the child. And it's a global problem. Treatment and reactions are the same in Brasilia, in Stockholm, Sydney, Johannesburg, Denver, and Shanghai. And then speed, in this case, save lives. What we create, guys? We create a first patent vital sign childhood cancer solution monitoring. It's a wearable like this that you put in the armpit of the child and send this to a system in the cloud and send this to parents and responsible mobile application to medical clinical staff, doctors and nurses, and also send the vital signs to a web hospital dashboard that showed the vital signs, also the location of each child that is on treatment. This is a business-to-business model. It's a monthly fee per child, and the focus is healthcare, insurance, and hospitals. The expected results are reduction of mortality rate of these children, improvement of the quality of life during the treatment, and reduction the treatment costs. These are the founders. I am engineer, 50 years old, with experience abroad. William is an artificial intelligence company guy, and he has 40 years old. The next steps are the clinical trial, 6 kids and adults in 2 hospitals, 1 year of monitoring, and Anvisa, the FDA of Brazil. One of the hospitals that we are talking right now is St. Jude, but here in Brazil. Some companies that help us until now is, I can say, Compass, Embraer, and AWS. Join us and let us help children undergoing cancer treatment. My name is Joel. I'm from Lucky Tech.
Thank you very much, Joel, for great pitch. So, any questions? Might be any feedback, guys? Okay, Ella?
So what parameters are you measuring?
Good question. We are prepared for 5 parameters, but we are now, it's already developed the temperature, but we are prepared for 4 more parameters. The next word is going to be rate heart measurement.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. So one is heart rate. Is that was temperature?
Temperature is the one that is already red.
Okay.
Is ready. The coming in the roadmap is heart rate, and the other one is oxygen impedance, respiratory, right? Because the way that we cannot measure the oxygen, because you have to put this on the extremes of the body, okay?
Thank you. Daniel?
Yes, Joel, I'm so sorry to hear about your child. My question is your device. Sorry, just got distracted there for a moment. Your device, is it intended to basically help? I'm trying to understand how is it going to be used. Are you trying to predict, these occurrences before they're visible, or are you just making sure that these visible symptoms are being monitored and are being tracked?
Great, Daniel. I'm good to mention about my son, but I'm focused on the happiness to save those lives now, right? This encouraged me to do this. What we do, the kids are on treatment cancer. They are already on cancer treatment. And what we do, we measure the fever, for example, and if there is any fever, any temperature increase, then all people involved receive an advice, even the hospital, saying an alarm that little John is having a fever in 100 kilometers from here. And the actions gonna be from the hospital. And then this will bring, or for example, have some action. An action can be bring this kid to the hospital immediately. This is what we do. It's simple to think about, but it's very complex to do, but we are already done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for great pitch. So let's continue in chat. And it's time for pitch number 7, Shazlong Company, represented by Mr. Mohammed.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi, fine. Thank you. How are you?
Great. Is my screen clear now to everybody?
Yeah, full screen just. Yeah. And let's start.
Great. So good day, everybody. My name is Mohammed Ala. I'm the CEO of Shazlong. Due to lack of awareness, social stigma, fear of exposure, and therapist accessibility, only 1.16% of people who needs mental health professional accessibility can have a real access. That's why Shazlong came to life. Shazlong is the leading online psychotherapy platform in the MENA region in Africa, with the vision of providing accessible and affordable online mental health services for people around the globe. We are more than just a booking app. We provide a lot of empowerment tools to our patients and therapists to make sure that we provide a very high quality of therapy to everybody. We are very proud that 63% of our patients are females and 65% of our therapists are females. We have a large and growing user base from all over the globe. We provided more than 160,000 sessions for clients coming from 85 countries. At the same time, we have more than 350 therapists coming from 25 countries. We also provide a B2B model in which we have a full wellness program to our partners. We have many partners that we are very proud of, and they are global, and those are their testimonials about us. All of this great mission is being done by a great team members called the Saviors. We are 45 team members divided among 8 different departments. We have been trusted by very well-known investors from all over the globe, including SeedStars, AIC, and 500 startups. Social impact is part of our DNA. We established the largest well-being CSR project from all over the globe. We provided more than 9,000 free sessions for women surviving domestic violence, and we believe also we expect we are going to provide the wallet with economic growth, work, productivity, social welfare, and gender equality. We are also proudly serving 6 of the SDGs. We have a great growth, a 5x growth rate in the last 2 years, and we are very close to the break-even point. We also believe in the power of technology. That's why AI is going to be an integral part of our solution. It will help us to provide a tailored chatbot, automated notification, therapist matching, and also smart diagnostic and emotional recognition. We also have a very strong program for our therapists to make sure of the quality of therapy we provide. We have a very, very strong selection process with a 5% acceptance rate, and we also provide them with different programs to enhance the level of education. So we envision through innovation, we rethink a mental well-being. We are aiming to make mental wellness a daily routine for every individual in the world, to build a resilient community and induce a positive impact on the welfare of the society through innovation, accessibility, and easy-to-use technology. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, dear judges, waiting for your questions and feedback. Yes, please. Alexander.
Tell us about competition landscape, please, because as I understand, you have really a lot of competition in the world.
We have a lot of competition in the world, but we are the largest on the world who are providing therapy in Arabic. So basically, we are #1 app in the world that is providing psychotherapy in Arabic. In terms of competition, we have for sure in America, Talkspace and BetterHelp, but we are mainly focusing on the MENA region and Africa. So basically in our region, we have around 5 to 7 competitors, including in UAE, Takallam, for example. We have O7 here in Egypt. We have Labé in Saudi Arabia. But the main advantage of Shazlong is that we are providing the most variety ever. So we have more than 350 therapists, for example. Their pricing model is varying, while the nearest competitor, for example, is having only 90 therapists. So we can provide more options in terms of therapists and in terms of pricing at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions, guys? Okay, let's continue. So, pitch number 8. Sereno Medical, Tomar.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me and see the presentation okay.
Yeah, everything fine.
I'm Tomar Lark, CEO of Sereno Medical, and I'm going to tell you about a disease that has no treatments. This disease is affecting 19 million people per year and triples mortality. It's called acute kidney injury, or AKI. Most people never heard of this issue, but more than 300,000 people die of AKI every year in the US alone. That's more than diabetes, breast, and prostate cancer twice over. Many cases occur in hospitals with patients that have no relevant history, while costing the global healthcare system $130 billion with a B in hospital costs. This is the way to diagnose AKI and possibly avoid it. It is by monitoring the byproduct of kidney function, urine output. It is done by protocol every hour with every ICU patient. And unlike all other ICU metrics, 95% of all hospitals do this manually, intermittently, and missing 30% of the opportunity to detect and treat AKI while it is still developing. But AKI is not a must. AKI can be avoided if detected early, in time to stop its progress and so significantly decrease patient risk. This can be done by automating the monitoring of urine output, discovering the warning signs in time, and adjusting the treatment accordingly. This is why we created the Sereno Sentinel. It offers a unique, low-cost disposable that gives early, actionable information with zero workload and increased patient safety. The device is also patented, clinically validated in human clinical trials. It is easy to use, and it is FDA approved. We've proved the accuracy of the system in a multi-center clinical trial with a large variety of ICU conditions and shown that our device is as accurate, but deliver 100 times more data for zero workload, enabling the detection and possibly the prevention of this deadly condition. We have a fantastic, dedicated and innovative team working hard on software, clinical, regulatory aspects of the solution, making this idea into reality, led by Dr. Shimon Akoiz, a key figure in Israeli medtech, myself, industrial designer with 15 years of medical device R&D, and my partner, Noam Hadas, an innovative and well-seasoned engineer with experience in medical devices. Our young team is working diligently to bring this device to life, and we have an exceptional advisory team working to help us bring this concept into reality. We have a strong development, production, and research partners, as well as a very experienced medtech investor group supporting us on our journey. We are now preparing for commercial US pilots with a major global distributor, and I invite you to join us as we are improving monitoring, reducing patient risk, reducing hospital costs, and saving lives. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take your questions.
Thank you very much for great speech. Dear judges, Alex.
A couple of quick questions. You mentioned it's FDA approved. When was it approved, and have you sold any units yet? What are the actual sales been?
I'll start with the second question. We are now manufacturing the first commercial batch. This is going to be used in US pilots. We do not have any revenues to date. We only have piloting customers.
I see. And when was the FDA approval?
We are lucky enough to have a 15K exemption, basically issued 10 plus years ago for the main indication for use.
I see. I'm not that up to speed on how that works. You're allowed to sell this device and claim that it's accurate and measures in the US.
Correct.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much. Any other questions, feedback? Alexander?
Hello. Can you explain me if it's hard to copy this device? I mean, you understand my question.
Yes, of course. We have, my partner is a serial inventor. He has 20 plus patents to his name, and he came up with this technology and patented it. It is extremely difficult to copy us and not infringe on our patents. Anyone who's trying to circumvent our patents will find it either too expensive or too inaccurate to do this by other means.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ella?
Yes, can you talk about your pricing model? And also, I would like to know the feedback from physicians in any of your undergoing pilot study or any physician you have chatted with.
Right. So I'll start again with the second question. Any nurse, usually, and mostly nurses, but physicians love this device. I've had physicians tell me that they would buy this only if it would, like, just because it's making the nurse's life easier beyond the medical values. And what we are basically offering is a disposable unit. Maybe I can actually show you. We have a disposable unit that is a single patient use unit, and we have a control unit. The control unit is free for a hospital as long as they commit to a long-term purchase. And the disposable unit is $25 per the entire patient stay in the ICU, which is about 80% lower than our nearest competitor.
Is this a reimbursable?
The ICU doesn't operate on a regular reimbursement structure. It works under a DRG reimbursement structure. But in non-ICU situations, yes, it is reimbursable.
Okay, and what's the cost of the machine itself?
For us, we are going to make a small profit selling this to a distributor. For us, the cost is under $1,000 control units.
Okay, thank you very much. Subrata, last question.
Yeah, just curious. I think you said your pricing is 80% cheaper than your nearest competitor. Why do you price it at so low point?
Because the entire ICU market is 20 million patients per year, which is a nice number, but it's not a record-shattering number. When we price our device in a way that makes it likely to be used beyond the ICU environment, meaning surgical procedures, step-down units, the normal hospital wards, we quadruple the market, and we can make a lot more by doing so. Also, it's important to say, our competitors cannot price their device lower because they have electronics in touch with the patient's bodily fluids. Our device, our technology is enabling us to do what they do without any electronics in touch with urine. We have a plastic-only unit that is can be made for a single-digit US dollars, and we still have a 5x multiplier, so we make a very, very nice profit, and we can sell this to every ICU patient and beyond that, while our competitors are limited to maybe 30% of hospitals that are extremely well-funded or with patients that can afford more than the basic necessities.
Okay, thank you very much for great speech. And next one is Sophie. Max.
Hi, hello. Let me try and share my screen over here. It's very exciting to see so many great medical and health-related innovations, but I want to speak about the elephant in the room. Sophie, back in 2018, decided to target a major problem in healthcare systems all over the globe. Was our device that we created, we generated 1.5 million orders till date. We are GDPR compliant, we have 4 patents. But the elephant that we are kind of ignoring again and again almost every day is the hospital-associated infections. It's a major problem. On every bed that you have in the healthcare system, you will have 1.7 incidents of hospital-associated infection every single year. And the cost for each and one of those can go up to $35,000. So every time you have 100 bad hospitals, that means that you're going to pay for roughly 170 incidents this year, next year, and the year after that. And this is on top of the expenses that you already have trying to prevent this. And we are trying to do it pretty well. We are visualizing how we use the sterile tools. We have protective equipment. We are trying to disinfect different surfaces. The only thing that we are not really visualizing in a proper way is the human behavior of hand disinfection. And this is a major problem, and it's very I would say, not standing with the market and the technology that we have. The infection prevention teams work in the way they worked 10, 20, 30, 50, and maybe 100 years ago, manually collecting information, doing observations, creating reports, analyzing that, trying to figure out what are the trends happening in their facility and outside of their facilities, and trying to adjust that 24/7 to the entire career of those professional teams. Back in 2018, we have developed a technology that solved both sides, for the users and for the leadership and the stakeholders from the regulation. We visualize how you need to wash your hands or sanitize your hands. And at the same time, we analyze 100 data points to make sure that every single user know how to wash or sanitize hands properly. If to simplify that, we know how well people are actually sanitizing their hands inside healthcare facilities. We help nurses, physicians, patients, visitors, and families to actually make sure infection is not spreaded through the healthcare environment. We have a variety of use cases, starting with ICU through general admission, children oncology, transportation departments, patient floor, even public restrooms inside healthcare facilities. We make it fun for our users, and we make hand hygiene visible for the infection prevention teams on the ground. I want to highlight one of our customers, a professor in hygiene and prevention medicine. There are many technologies to diagnose infections on hands, and we know all of them. SOAP is a treatment that is and was needed till now. We have a variety of customers in Israel, in Europe, and the United States, where our main market is. We are a diverse team coming from technology background and medical science background. We have a great support advisory board, also coming from operation management, healthcare systems, and many other environments that are supporting what we are trying to do. We are generating revenue. We are growing rapidly. Next year, we'll get to 3.5 million. We'll get into 12 million after that. We are backed by several venture capitals, Sarona, Altair, and several big major angels. I would like to finish it with the simple saying, hygiene can be fun.
Thank you very much.
Sorry for that.
Thank you. So let's start Q&A session. Any questions, guys? Feedback? Alexander?
While we talk, can you go to the next page? Can you leave the next page up while we talk, the one with the prices?
The pricing? Of course.
Yep. Page 15.
Here we go.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lena.
Okay, Ella?
I'm a little still confused for how does that work. So who will use this machine?
So we are who are the users or who are the customers?
Who are the users?
The users, all of the professional teams on the floor, starting with nurses and maintenance team and ending with physicians.
So is that also a way to detect the pathogen, or is a way to clean?
It's a way to clean, but we also identifying if people are meeting compliance requirements in hand hygiene practices through the 5 steps of infection prevention procedures when they are approaching their patients, where they're living their patients, where they're treating the patients, etc. So just to give you an idea, in the departments where we work, we usually see a minimum decrease of 16% on infection rates, and we have departments that went down to 0 in outbreaks of infections.
Right. I just trying to also understand compared to, let's say, right now we're using this the most old-fashioned way, hand sanitizer that you can just place every couple of meters in the hospital. Why people would pay $150 per month to use this rather than the hand sanitizer?
That's a great question, Ella. And I think, again, as I mentioned at the beginning, there is a big elephant in this room. And people who are working in healthcare environment, they know that the elephant is there. You can spread as many sanitizers as you want. People are not using it. The bottom line reports of pretty much any Ministry of Health around the globe will show you that the professional teams are not sanitizing their hands in more than 50% of the events when they need to do it. And if you ask them how well they're doing that, you go down to 7%. You can spread those, you can spend money on that, you can even remind them from time to time. The bottom line is no one is doing that. And in order to make the behavior change, you need a technology that can support it.
Okay, and also you mentioned about the 2022, the revenue is that $2 million. So how much revenue you have already generated at this stage?
This year we will get to $1 million. We have already 1.5 million in orders. So we'll probably get or cross $1 million this year. And we have already orders for next year. So we start next year with roughly 600,000 without even starting the year.
And your market is mainly in which country, in which region?
Our spend of marketing and sales efforts is in the United States.
Okay. Yeah.
Specifically East Coast, specifically tri-state area around New York.
Thank you very much. Last quick question from Subrata.
Thank you, Elena. I just wanted to understand what's the incentive. I think it sort of comes back to Ela's question, right? What's the incentive for people to sort of wash their hands?
Can I jump to a couple of slides at the beginning?
Yes.
Maybe I was running a bit fast and was not 3 minutes, So this is the incentive for a healthcare facility. If you have 100 beds, the reality is that you're going to have hospital-associated infections on 1.7 infection on every single bed you have. So 100 beds, 170 infection this year. An average cost for that infection is going up to $35,000. So if you multiply that and you disregard the sanitizers that we discussed before and the other policies that we are trying to have, you are going to lose several $1 million just because you have infections that is invisible because of hand hygiene that is not practiced properly. So if you are an owner of a hospital, that means you're going to lose several $1 million.
I think Subrata's question is, if people are not washing their hands today, why would they be, how do you get them to use this machine?
Absolutely. I mean,
that's an amazing question.
Yeah, if I may just add on quickly to give a further context to it, I think there is some ethnographic study suggests that people don't sort of comply to hand wash practices unless there is a social angle to it, right? People don't tend to wash their hands in bathrooms if somebody else is not watching or not, or a camera is not put there, right? I think it's a well-established study there. So again,
it is. It is, and it's an amazing question because again, the elephant in the room, because you have a lot of human behavior problems or challenges over here. Our technology has a personal identity recognition using facial recognition or badge readers. We are not using that as a big brother watching every single person, but we are creating a competition between each and one of the users in each department. That competition is rating each and one on a 0 to 100 scale. And that is a transparent monitor that is presented to everyone in that department or in the hospital. The effect that we are seeing, and this is probably the most exciting thing for us, why it's scaling pretty amazing right now, is that no one likes to be at the bottom of that table, and everyone try to keep their first place as the best hand washing practitioner in the department and in the hospital. So there is a lot of social linked in the technology and things that we are doing, but it's starting with understanding if you're washing your hands properly, when you need to do it, where you need to do it, and how well you need to do it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, the time is over. Thank you. Let's continue in chat. And
I'll be happy to share more privately.
Thank you. And before I announce the last but not least startup for today, so I want to ask you to vote for all startups because it's very important for choosing a winner today. Okay, please vote. And the last startup, the last team is BioSapien. Anil, the stage is yours.
Hey everyone, can you see the screen okay?
Yeah, full screen, please.
Full screen, okay, let me just, sorry. Did that work? Can you guys still see it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Perfect, thank you so much. So hi everyone, my name is Khadija and I'm the CEO of BioSapien. I'm gonna jump in and just kind of start off with the major impact that we're trying to go after, which is cancer. So everyone in this room has known somebody or has, family that's been diagnosed with cancer, it's the #1 cause of death worldwide, second most cause death in the US, and it actually has a large dollar value attached to it in the therapeutic world for revenue of about 140 billion as of 2 years ago, and it's constantly growing up to 160 billion as of last year. The beachhead market that BioSapiens looking to target is colorectal cancers, followed by expansion into GI after our phase 2 clinical trial. If we take a look at the actual market shares within the US, the oncology market's about 220 billion. The GI oncology market, 75 billion, and that colorectal space that we're looking to go into is 25 billion. So if we take a modest 10%, you're looking at a $2.5 billion market share that we'd be able to capture. Now, let me actually tell you what the problem is. So you guys know people that have got cancer, they get systemic chemotherapy. The problem with systemic chemotherapy is it goes into your bloodstream, it goes pretty much everywhere, causes all sorts of systemic effects. And about 30% of patients actually have to either stop their treatment or reduce their treatment entirely as a result of these systemic effects. And the other problem that we're trying to solve is in regards to the actual administration of the chemotherapy. So you have to be plugged into a machine, you go there 2 to 3 times a week for 5 to 6 hours, and you're doing this continuously. And from those adverse effects, you end up with all sorts of byproducts of side effects and influx into the emergency department and poor quality of life. And all of that really translates into $1 billion out-of-pocket cost for the US in terms of their hospital instays. That being said, our vision is MediChip, and I'm just going to point this up to you here. So what we've created is this biodegradable mesh that has the same chemotherapy that you would get through IV chemotherapy, but it's actually localized within this platform. So this drug delivery platform is able to be sutured onto the site at the actual time during surgery, whether through minimally invasive, robotic, laparoscopic, endoscopic, open. And as it basically breaks down, it releases the chemotherapy that's entrapped in this drug delivery system, and it releases it over the course of 1 month. Because it's a platform, we can actually put any type of compound in it, but for the purposes of this pitch, we'll focus strictly on oncology. So I know this is a really busy slide, but all I'm really trying to say here is that MediChip has a significant benefit to the public health. And really, I want you to focus on number 10, which is talking about the improved quality of life overall. So what you're going to be able to do for patients is actually allow them to go on to their daily activities, sit in meetings, walk around, do whatever it is that they're doing while continuing to receive their chemotherapy. That also increases patient compliance, that it reduces hospital visits, it reduces the amount of chemo you need to have, it improves success rates, it improves tolerability, it actually allows for improvement of resectability, and then overall healthcare systems improve because of morale and your ability to treat patients. If we actually take a look at the platform itself, how it is that you basically suture it on, as I mentioned, onto the site. It releases the chemo over a course of 1 month. And we've actually established feasibility, safety, and efficacy in both small and large animal models. We actually met with the FDA in the summer this year to confirm that we're not a device and actually a drug in our 505(b)(2) pathway, allowing us to enter the market quickly. So what we're actually doing is filing our IND for next year within the lower GI cancer space. And as I've mentioned a couple of times, it's flexible in nature, so you can actually go ahead and place this through various surgical means, including robotics and things of that nature. When we take a look at the actual market opportunity in oncology, it's robust. You can use this for any type of localized solid tumor. So think of hepatic indications, pulmonary indications, GI, women's health, and so on and so forth. But our KOLs said primarily we want to focus on the lower rectal cancers because there's ease of access, ease of accessibility, and the highest unmet medical need in those patient populations. When we take a look at the competitive landscape, we are the first in class and the best in class for advanced GI cancers. There's nobody doing this on the market. The closest competitor that we have is Panthar Therapeutics. These guys use a different type of polymer and a material altogether.
I'm so sorry, excellent speed, but the time is over, and it's time for Q&A.
Sorry, I didn't realize 3 minutes. Okay. Sorry about that.
Alex?
Hi, very interesting. Very quick question. I know it has to be surgically inserted. Does it have to be surgically removed, or does it dissolve, even the platform?
That's a great question. So if you can actually leave it in the patient, but it takes up to 1 year to dissolve, it's actually made out of the same materials that sutures are made from. So we know it's safe to leave the material in there. But it is preferred that you remove it so that there's no complications.
Do you have a study that shows effectiveness versus the full treatment, the 5 to 6 hour treatment?
Yes, so we have actually completed a PDX mice model in colorectal cancers and gave 37 mice tumors, and then compared it with IV chemotherapy, compared it with our chip, and then compared it with a blank chip. And then we also compared it with another design, if God forbid another competitor came in and tried to make something similar, to show that our material, our design, and our technology is superior over all the above. What we saw was that in the group that actually received IV chemotherapy, all the monocytes, all the white blood cells, immunity, everything was destroyed, whereas with our chip, everything remained intact. That was the one exciting part, but the most exciting part is we saw 90% tumor reduction with our chip in comparison to 40% reduction with IV chemo. So we are now looking to move into doing an IND-enabling large animal GLP study for IND submission.
Thank you very much. Ella?
Right. So can you also quickly talk about, so you mentioned about this mice study you have done. Can you talk about the API you're using, or what type of the pill you're using in this studies? And also, I understand it's too early to ask about the PK/PD, but I also am curious, since this is a major issue you will definitely face. So the amount of the drug later you will load versus the amount of the drug it will be released, and also of course the specificity of type of API you can use. Can you comment on that?
Certainly. So the first API that we're going after is 5-FU. The reason we chose that, it's the oldest chemotherapy in the books. It's used in 6 different indications, and it's actually applied topically as well. So we can rely on all the safety and efficacy data on that when we go and present to the agency, hence the 505(b)(2) pathway. So it's more of a strategic fit and alliance as to why we chose that compound. In terms of our limitations, we can pretty much put any type of small molecule within this, and we validated the platform using fluorescein dyes, rhodamine and fluorescein, so cationic and anionic compounds, to show that they're able to release over the same sort of time frame. In terms of the PK and the PD, we do have 10 milligrams of chemotherapy, which is very, very small quantities that are loaded within this chip. And we have established that our loading efficacy is 99%, meaning whatever drug we put in is a drug that comes out over the course of 1 month. I hope that answers that.
Thank you very much. Aldo? Aldo, your question? No question from Aldo.
I think you're on mute. Oh, sorry.
Aldo is muted.
Aldo,
sorry.
Okay.
The previous question answer what I was going to ask.
Okay. Ella has.
Yes, if I may. So can you quickly finish? You're about to mention about the competitive advantage compared to other competitor. What is?
And quickly is a core word here.
Yeah, definitely. So the other competitor that we have is Panther Therapeutics. So they use PLGA, which is a different type of polymer than we use. PLGA doesn't operate very well in a low pH. So when you start applying it within the GI tract, it becomes an issue. PLGA is also a very liquidy hydrogel-like material, whereas ours is very stiff. So as you know, in the colon, you have peristalses and the bowel is moving. So when you have hydrogel, it's not really going to release very well in comparison to ours, where we've actually put it in a pig, put a couple of these chips in and saw the bowel movements, and there were no issues. Very high level.
Really good. So that was, thank you. Thank you. It was the last pitch, right, Lena?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great job, startups. Dear judges, please look at all the startups. Make sure you put all the marks to all the startups, because it's essential for choosing the winner. Our algorithm has to work correctly. And we will be closing votes in almost 1 minute. And after that, I will talk to our official judges. We will see how each category voted. And if it was to me, I would really put all those startups to life, because I see great guys with a great potential, with a wonderful ideas that would make all us healthy. And then when we will have fintech battle, we will also see startups that will make us wealthy. I don't know why we are still stuck with our medical care at this old age. Okay, I will put a music on, and the end of music means the end of voting. If somebody needs more time to vote, please tell me. If not, we'll be moving on. You can see on our event page, and I also will be showing you. Okay, we'll see it all together. Do you see my event page, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. Okay, I'll put the music on, and the end of music means the end of voting, and we will go revealing each category one by one to see who is the winners today. Very exciting. Okay, and first we will see business angels. How did business angels vote? Who did they put first? Sense, then Taproot, then VoiceMed. Very interesting result. Okay, and then we have expert board with the expertise from different areas and the substantial experience, BioSapien. Okay, my dear official judges, before we see how you voted as a category, I would like to hear what you have to say. Let's start with Ella. Ella, did any startup make you happy in particular? Have you found somebody you like especially?
Yes, first of all, I want to give congratulations to all of the company that made to this round. So overall, I'm very impressed for the quality of the company. So 3 companies are the top 3 favorite. The number 1, can I just say in order? Number 1.
Yeah.
So my favorite one is Nova X BioTech, the needleless pain delivery system. And my next 2 are the Sense, the neurodiagnosis the device, and also Sereno, the drug delivery platform. So I think they compared to our other also great quality companies, and they are designed the product. They're a full package. So each factors when you look at, you can check. And also they are filling the gaps right now. The market are lacking. So those are my top 3 companies.
Cool. Thank you so much. John, did we keep you awake with our startups? Did startups do a good job, and who did the best? John? Well, I guess that was the answer to my question. John will come back to us a little bit later. Daniel, what do you think?
Well, our favorites were BioSapien and Sense Diagnostics as well. Sense Diagnostics, because I believe they've done a lot of work. There's good clinical validation, and that's always important in medical devices, because I think we see like 500 startups a year as a venture capitalist, and it's important that for it to be a success, the companies need to have good clinical validation, because that's what physicians rely on. As a firm, we steer away generally from sort of startups that do not have a high barrier to entry. Things that are relatively easy to copy, that don't have strong technology or patented technology. But that's not to mean that they can't be successful. I see that there are some with like some of these apps that seem to be doing amazingly well with a great revenue story. So they may not be for us, but don't be.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting you. Who stood up? Who did you put the biggest marks? Who you evaluated as very appealing?
BioSapien and Sense, yeah, Sense Diagnostics, yeah. And what I want to say is that even though the apps don't score very well with us, that's not to mean that you can't be a success. There may be other VC firms who who would pick up on that story and invest as well. So again, congratulations to everyone. I know a lot of hard work has gone into the 3 minutes, and wish you success in your next steps forward.
Thank you, Daniel, so much. That's why we are doing events. Lots of people see it around the world, and somebody will outreach to you. Thank you, Daniel, for pointing that out. And Kelly, how did you do today? Who are your favorites today?
Well, thank you so much, Anna, Alex, and Lena for organizing such another great event. So to me, all the startups are heroes today. So what really struck me is that each of you has been trying to solve the problem facing humanity through technology, your professionalism, your wisdom, and persistence. So can I have 4 picks for today?
Okay, you can.
It's really difficult. So my first pick is BioSapien, because we all have friends, or at least our family members, who have undergone chemotherapy, and we know how painful it is. It can be, and the adverse health effect it has. So for BioSapien, they have a very smart and solid business model, and they try to use the MediChip as a drug delivery platform, and it's not restricted to the oncology space. I think the market size, it's large in the future. So I wish you all the best. And my another 2 picks is regarding in all the children's space, because as small as a family, a community, or as large as a nation's future lies in our children. So it would be very meaningful if more children could be saved. So the 2 picks are Lucky Tech, and another one is Storybook. So, and last but not least is Sereno Medical. So for that, I have some personal experience, because I used to raise funds for the National Kidney Foundation, and I know how costly and painful those patients suffer from kidney failure. So for them, Sereno Medical, they already got approved by FDA, and they have patented, and they have solid business model. And wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, for your opinion. Nurul, how does it look like from Bangladesh?
Yeah, I think wonderful stuffs and very innovative products. So the only question I had when watching those presentations about customers, adaptation to these services, because sometimes when you think about patients or customers, the traditional system they prefer. So why these innovative products, how they adapt to this system? So this is very important. And I like a lot of these BioSapien and Storybook. So let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Subrata, thank you for staying up. And what do you think?
Oh, it's not too late for me. It's just about 11:30 in the evening. So again, thanks. So I think it's a great pitch. I think all of us are sort of mindful of the fact that the gestation period for health tech and biotech startups is actually relatively high, right? 4 to 5 years on an average, on a minimum, I would say, right? Having said that, I think we all sort of factor that in while evaluating these startups today. Having said that, my pick at 3rd place is VoiceMed. I think they are solving a critical problem, respiratory problem. I think it's increasing. We are not yet out of COVID, right? There are so many polluting cities around the world where the respiratory problems are on the increasing. And my 2nd pick is BioSapien, right?
Okay.
I think they're solving a very novel problem. Obviously the product is in development. She couldn't sort of finish the pitch, but I think that's okay. But biodegradable localized drug delivery is something which is really, really commendable and can potentially solve a lot of critical problem in this space, right? My first pick, the pick at the 1st place goes to Storybook. I think it's a bit different from the other official judges that I heard, right? I think they are solving a wide-ranging problem. I think the storytelling is very important, be it adult, be it children, right?
Yeah.
And if you can instill that quality in a child, I think that's amazing, right? It actually human skill of the future. And not only that, I would believe also that this can also potentially solve some of the mental problem when they grow up, right? And they have also achieved a very good traction I think
Yes.
their app is predominant in several countries. I think in tens of countries, I believe.
Cool.
Right. So that's my sort of take.
Thank you, Subrata. Aldo, what do you think about our startups today? Who did very well?
Well, this is amazing. It's quite difficult to evaluate or to score different types of solutions, but I gave the top to both BioSapiens and Sense. But this not mean that I didn't listen to the others. So great presentation. Personally, you told some of my friends and family had some or all of what I listened today. So they're very important for our future and for our industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aldo. Yes, I would like to remind you that the winner is the startup that got mathematical most out of the all categories. Expert judges also voted the category. We will know in a sec how they voted, but we have to listen to Alexander, who will sum up the judges voting. Alexander, did we make it difficult for you today as well to choose the winner?
Yes, I think there were no really bad startups today. I mean, all the startups were great and I liked everyone, and it was really difficult. But as a judges, we must do this unfair and biased marks, and this time, not like last time, our battle. My marks are really very close to expert voting, and yes, the startups that I gave the highest rates today are Novax, Sense, and BioSapien.
Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you, Alexander. And I guess we are ready to see how official judges voted as a group and who is the winner. Okay, let's see how official judges voted as a group. And do I have to refresh the page? No? Come on, show it to me. Support team.
Just one more try, probably.
Yes, so we have it. Okay, are you ready to know who the winner is? Hold on a second, I'll have the music for this. Okay, let's show who the winner is. Congratulations to Sense. You are the winner of today's Unicorn Battle HealthTech and BioTech.
Thank you so much. Jeff is on a flight, so he had me log back in. Thank you so much. What an amazing team of products coming to market. This is so exciting.
Thank you so much. We are also very glad. Please tell Jeff that he has to prepare for Unicorn Cup. He is going straight to the 1st of December to pitch to our honored judges. And thank you, everyone. It was an amazing event. Thank you, all the startups. Thank you, all the judges. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at our next battle, which will be on the 13th of December. And it will be, hold on a second, I will show, oops. Yes, it will be our battle, e-commerce, logistics, and delivery. Also very, very important part of our life. And I will see you all online.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, guys, for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank you.
Nice to see all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for this great event. Thank you.